Hi, this is David Naughton from the American Werewolf in London, and you're listening to Radio Free Endor.
Thanks for the lift.
Yes, thank you very much for the ride, sir. You have lovely hoojibs, or whatever they are.
No problem, lads. East Endor is that way. I go west. And remember, stay on the path, lads. Keep clear of the forest. Good luck to you. Bye. Oh, I forgot. Beware that thing in the sky.
You mean the moon?
That's no moon. That used to be a space station.
Well, it was until the Great Battle of Endor when...
Yeah, we know. But anyway, beware the moon, lads. Beware the moon!
Thanks again.
Well, he was nice.
Yeah, very. Well, I've never been on this side of the forest before, but I think the station is only a couple of hours more that way.
Let's go then. The quicker we start, the quicker we'll get home for nibbles.
Cold?
Yeah.
Wet?
Yes.
Knickknacks?
Ooh. Yes, please. The slaughtered wampa.
Of course, the slaughtered wampa. Why else would they have a severed arm in the snow as their symbol?
But it's in the mouth of a wolf.
How do we know that's not how it went down? After all, we only have Skywalkers say so.
Is it canon?
Well, G-level canon, and we know that can change at any time.
Jamie, before we go in there, I want you to know that no matter what happens to us, it's your fault.
Okay, shall we? It's cold outside. May we come in?
Yes, but no droids.
We don't serve the kind here.
Can we have some soup?
No.
Coffee?
No.
But if it's something hot, I can whip up some blue milk.
Hot blue milk? Sounds great.
Look on the wall over there.
The steampunk cog.
Listen, that's a cog crest. A 6-boat cog. It's on the side of the AT-AT. George Lucas and 20th Century Fox maintain it's the mark of the Empire.
You made me miss. I never miss that board.
Think you've had enough, lads. Time to go.
Had enough? Not had anything yet.
Yes, you're right. It's time to go. We have nibbles at home, Paul. Let's go.
What? Oh yeah.
Remember, stay on the path, keep clear of the forest.
Okay, will do.
What was that all about?
I don't know. Perhaps they're Star Wars Holiday Special fans. But let's go before it rains or something. It always rains on Endor.
Of course. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
What was it?
Could be lots of things. A Nexu?
Look, there aren't any Nexus on Endor.
A Vaughn Sky?
Don't they hunt Jedis?
Yeah, you're right. We're not Jedis. We're podcasters.
It could be Wicket, the Ewok.
Wicket didn't howl.
It would if he stubbed his toe. It's a full moon.
Beware the moon.
And stick to the path. Oops.
I vote we go back to East Endor Canteen.
I'll second that vote.
Let's just keep moving. Let's walk away.
Yes, this is us walking away.
I think we're lost.
What's that? What is that?
I don't know, but it's moving with us.
It's circling us.
What's the plan?
The runaway plan.
That's a good plan. Run!
Keep running.
Yeah. Look, lights ahead. I think it's the station.
I see them. Ah!
You really scared me.
It's okay, I fell over. It's the washing machine drawing.
Huh? That's great. After the night I've had, I need new undercrackers.
You can help me get up, dude.
Yeah.
Hold on, it's a dude in a mask.
It's me, I fooled you.
Run away!
Look over there. It is the station.
Run! Run!
Join us.
Did you hear that?
I think I did. Quick, Paul, just open the door.
The lights are not working.
What's that in the darkness?
No. Yes, that's it.
Listen!
Live from the forest moon of Endor, Radio Free Endor, a Star Wars podcast, bringing you news and reviews from the galaxy far, far away.
Darkness falls across Endorland. The midnight hour is close at hand. Ewoks crawl in search of blood to terrorize your neighborhoods. And who forever shall be found without the soul for getting down will stand and face the nexus of hell and rot inside an emperor's shell. The foulest stench of pulfats are in the air, the funk of 40,000 light years, and the imperial ghouls from every tomb are closing in to steal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive with only a good blaster by your side, your body starts to shiver, for no mere mortal can resist the evil of the dark side.
Welcome to episode 11, the Halloween special. You join me beside the campfire, outside the old AT-AT. Paul is not with me at the moment. He's having a bit of rest after Ultracon, and we've got some chilling tales to tell you. From Josh from Rebelcast, who's got one that will bring you chills, and I've got maybe one or two to tell too. So gather round the campfire and listen to the tales that I tell, because you never know, you might have a tale too that you want to tell. Now my story started a long time ago, after Star Wars Episode 4 had been on, and I was at my auntie's house. I was playing at the top of her stairs, and I had this old Palatoy Luke's Landspeeder, the one with the little wheels that pop up and down. It's a bit springy, and I was playing with all my action figures, and bearing in mind I was only 8 at the time, and I was at the top of the stairs playing, and the doors were open, and then all of a sudden one of the bedroom doors started to creak a little bit more open than it was. So I got up and walked over there and found out there was nothing there. But I carried on playing for a bit longer, and I put the land speeder in that bedroom as I was looking across the landing to them. And in that time, my auntie called me for something to eat, so I went downstairs, had something to eat, came back upstairs, and I noticed the land speeder was at the top of the stairs, so it had travelled across the landing to the top of the stairs. Now I thought this was kind of creepy at the time, but a lot of creepy things happened at my auntie's house. And another incident happened at the old Towers mental institution in Leicester. Now it's a mental hospital, but it's been abandoned, and it's now being renovated into flats now, but back about 15 years ago, me and a friend and my brother did some security work there. We had the security keys, so we went in walking around, and we're leaving all the doors open as we walk around it, because it's a Victorian built building. If you left the door open, it would stay open because it was so straight and solid. Now, we walked around for quite a bit, taking photos, walking down the wards, and all of a sudden we heard this bang, bang, bang. So my brother went, well, what's that? So I said, I don't know. And Lee McGee, who was with me at the time, he said, it's strange, isn't it? Is there somebody else in? I said, I don't think so. And we could hear it getting louder. Bang, bang. And I said, I think it's the doors shutting behind us. But in time, as in like somebody was walking towards us, but shutting the doors behind him. Now, there was like, the way this building was set out, it was like a block. So you was walking down one corridor, turn left, down another corridor, turn left, walk down another corridor, stairs, up to the next floor, and so on, so on. So it got louder and louder, and we was at the end of one corridor, and my brother says, come on, Jeremy, let's go. And I said, no, let's wait. And at that point, I said, no, I've really got to see it. I've got to see who's following us, because it could be kids. So we were waiting, and we could hear it going bang, bang, and just then, the door at the end of the corridor slammed shut, and then the next one slammed shut. And at that point, me, my brother, and Lee McGee ran like hell, and we ran straight to the chapel that was inside the Towers Hospital. And we shut the door. We got to the far side of the chapel, and they were banging on the door, bang, 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 bang on us. And we were freaking out, going, "What is it?" And Alice says, "I don't know." They were banging and banging, and we were going, go away. But we were the security guards, and here we were, frightened to death. We heard a little bit of chuckling and laughing from outside, very echoey. So I says, look, we've got to go. So I went over to the door, and my Lee McGee were holding me, and my brother were holding him, and we were saying, look, don't do it. And I said, I've got to open the door. Bearing in mind, the door was only locked by a latch, so it could have been opened at any time. I opened it, and there were nobody there. In fact, there was nobody else in that building apart from us. So we quickly made our exit over to where the security hut was, locked up the place, and we didn't go back in there at all, ever again. Now, we're going to swiftly move on to Josh, who's got a very, very chilling tale. And after that, we're going to go on to UltraCon, where me and Paul spent a fantastic day at Doncaster Racecourse for UltraCon 2016, where they had a massive cockpit experience of the Millennium Falcon built to scale. I've got the pictures, I'll post them, and you've got to see it to believe it. I did a bit of periscoping, so hopefully I'll stick that on our YouTube channel. But so after you hear from Josh, we will go over to that, where it's me and Paul discussing UltraCon, and then I'll see you at the end. So here we go. Over to you, Josh.
Hey everybody, this is Josh from Rebels Cast and the Inner Dorkdom. Jamie put out a call to Nick and I to share some ghost stories with you for Halloween, and while Nick doesn't have any ghost stories because he's a loser and he doesn't even believe in aliens, I have a couple. Well, at least I've got some things that happened to me which might be considered ghost stories. It could all just be coincidence, and at least the ones that happened to me that I'm going to tell you about probably are coincidence. So real quick, I'd like to share at least two things that happened to me personally and a few that happened to my parents. So here we go. I was staying at a friend of mine's house when I was about 12 or 13 years old, and we were having a good time, but like all sleepovers, we all get tired and have to go to sleep at some point. But also, like all sleepovers that involved me, I would always be the last one to pass out. So my friend is laying on the floor, and I'm up in his bed, trying my darndest to fall asleep. And I should probably tell you a little bit about how his room was laid out. From the bed, you could see down a long hallway that ended into his parents' bedroom. And while I was laying there trying to go to sleep, I would occasionally open my eyes, and I could see directly into his parents' room. And one time when I opened my eyes, I could swear that I saw someone standing there. Now, I can't. It's kind of hard to describe what this thing looked like. I mean, it was clearly well, I say clearly, but it was kind of like a feminine outline, like kind of like a silhouette, but it was definitely wearing white of some. I guess. I mean, I remember the figure being white, but it was definitely see-through. But, you know, at first I really didn't think anything of it, you know, because I thought, well, it's probably just his mom standing there making sure that we're asleep. So, you know, I closed my eyes again and tried to get to sleep. Then I thought, you know, I wonder if she's still standing there, you know, after a little while of sleep or trying to get to sleep. But sure enough, when I opened my eyes, I saw whatever it was had moved further down the hall and, more importantly, closer to me. And I thought, okay, that's pretty creepy. So then it kind of turned into a game. You know, I thought, I wonder if every time I open my eyes, it'll get a little bit closer. So I did that, and yes, every time I opened my eyes, it was a little bit closer. So I got increasingly creeped out. But after that, that's the weird thing. I don't really remember anything after that. You know, I can't remember if I just fell asleep or if I stayed up as long as I could, and I just eventually passed out from exhaustion. I just don't know. But all of this could have just been my imagination playing tricks on me. You know, I've noticed in recent years that I sometimes go through a phase where I'm trying to sleep and end up in this kind of half-sleep state where I see and hear things that aren't there. So it's kind of like me dreaming and not dreaming at the same time, if that makes any sense. So is this that kind of thing, or did it all really happen? Yeah, as the years have gone by, I kind of lean more towards the former, but you never know. The other weird thing that happened to me was when I was staying with my guitar player, Cody. You know, I was in a band for a long time. Staying with Cody and his girlfriend for the weekend during my first year of college. I'd known Cody for about 10 or 11 years at that point, and he told me not long after we met about how he sometimes got an odd feeling in his house, particularly in his room. He'd also told me about some kids on the bus to school had told him that a kid died in his house before he moved there. Of course, he always just figured that they were trying to freak him out, but, you know, well. I'd stayed there on multiple occasions throughout the years, and I never got any odd feelings. But one night that I was staying there, my back was kind of sore, so I went to get some painkillers out of my bag, which was in his old room. And when I walked into the room, I can really only describe what I felt as kind of this just overwhelming dread. It was like something was telling me to get the painkillers out of your bag and get out as soon as you possibly can. So when I came out of the room, I told Cody and his girlfriend about it, and Cody was like, that's the kind of thing I told you about a long time ago. So, was there some weird, like, evil presence in my friend's house? Yeah, maybe. But it also could have been, you know, kind of like my subconscious suddenly remembering Cody telling me about that weird stuff several years ago, and I just kind of reacted to it. So, who knows on that one. This next thing didn't happen to me. It happened to my parents before I was born. What I think is kind of odd about it is the similarity to my last story. At least the way it involves, like, weird feelings and stuff. But my parents and older sister had moved into this house, which they lived in for maybe a little over a year. And for the entire time that they were there, my dad said he just got a really weird vibe. He said he never saw or heard anything out of the ordinary, but he just got a really strange feeling, and he was uncomfortable there. He also said that he would get really creeped out in the room my sister was staying in. He also experienced a lot of sleep paralysis while they were living in that house. If you don't know what sleep paralysis is, it's kind of like what I described in my first story, where you're kind of dreaming but you're not. Only with sleep paralysis, you're fully awake, you just can't move. People have also claimed that they hear and see things when it's happening to them. So maybe that's what I deal with sometimes. I just know that I have actually experienced full-on sleep paralysis a couple of times, and let me tell you, it ain't fun. So anyway, yeah, my dad was uncomfortable there, and he experienced sleep paralysis. But my mom and sister said that they never had any like odd experiences there. Just so you know. The weird part comes in when they found another place to live and they were moving out. when they were getting the house ready to show off to new potential buyers, an older couple came by to look at it. My dad opened the door for them, and the lady of the couple took one step in, immediately retracted her foot, and she said, "I will not stay in that house." And then the couple turned around and left. So apparently she felt the same thing that my dad felt, but strong enough that she wouldn't even look at the rest of the house. So here's another one that happened to my dad. In his late 30s, my dad worked at an old plant that had a few fatal accidents. He was working the night shift at the time, and he was in pretty bad need of some sleep, so he found a corner, turned over a bucket that he was using to carry some of his tools, and he sat down on it to catch a nap. I should also mention that the area of the plant he had picked to sleep in just so happened to be an area where one of those fatal accidents had taken place. So I don't know if my dad had fallen asleep at this point or not, but he opened his eyes because he felt like his knees were being moved. So he opened his eyes, nothing, nobody's around. So he figured, whatever, because sometimes you'll do that. Sometimes, like, your knee will jerk or something while you're trying to sleep, and it'll wake you up. So he thought maybe that's just what it was. So he closed his eyes to try to go back to sleep, but he opened his eyes when the same thing started to happen again. And when he opened his eyes and looked down, his knees were like swinging back and forth, almost like somebody was taking his knees and grabbing them and shaking them. And so I'm pretty sure he was freaked out at that point. And he stood up and went to grab his bucket that he was sitting on. And when he went to grab it, he looked up at this catwalk that was above him. It had a graded floor so you could see through it. And he saw that his foreman, or his boss, was coming down the catwalk and down into the area where he was sleeping. So my dad always said that it was the ghost of that guy who died down there that was trying to, wake him up so he didn't get caught sleeping on the job. So this last one is, in my opinion, irrefutable. Just because I don't really like calling my mom a liar. As any of you who have listened to the Inner Dorkdom or Rebels cast know, Nick, the host, and I have been friends for literally our entire lives. That's mainly because our respective parents were friends before we even knew each other. So my mom and Nick's mom used to do stuff like going shopping together and all that kind of stuff. So after one of their shopping trips and dropping Nick's mom off at her house, and while my mom was on her way home, my mom saw a pair of transparent legs walk across the road. Apparently she can even still describe the thing's pants, and for the record, she said they looked like they were Civil War era pants and boots. So when the legs got to the other side of the road, they just simply disappeared. I always just figured that's where Nick's legs went. I mean, he doesn't have legs. I made a funny joke at the expense of my handicapped friend, so yay! Anyway, I hope that these were, at least somewhat entertaining for you, but, want you to have a safe and happy Halloween. And don't forget to listen to Rebels Cast, where Nick and I talk about the Star Wars Rebels TV show, and the Inner Dorkdom, where we talk about anything dorky that's on our brains at the moment. Okay, the shameless plug is over, and now back to Jamie and Paul.
Good evening, Hawkins. I'm Brenda Wood, coming to you live on this windy October night with another segment of Minute by Minute. Barbara Holland, a student at Hawkins High, known as Barb to her friends, was last seen at Steve Harrington's home just a few days ago with a number of other Hawkins area teens. We reached out to her closest friend, Nancy Wheeler, sister of Mike Wheeler, best friend of missing boy Will Byers, for a comment, but so far we've been unable to reach her. When asked to describe Barbara, her friends and peers praised her as someone who was loyal to a fault to Nancy. The kind of girl who notices if you're wearing a new bra and can really rock a pair of mom jeans, or as we call them now, jeans. Barb was last seen wearing a pink blouse, green pants, blue puffer jacket, and an oversized pair of absolutely fantastic glasses. Please contact the authorities with any information you may have. Meanwhile, in West Hawkins, Bradley's Big Buy reported a shoplifting incident with a vagrant juvenile who escaped with an unprecedented number of Eggo waffles. Eyewitnesses at the scene claimed that they saw shopping carts flying down aisles and the electronic doors malfunctioning, putting owner Bradley at risk. We received security footage from the store. If you know the identity or name of this young girl, please contact Chief Jim Hopper at Hawkins Police Station. Good night, everyone, and whatever you do, avoid Mirkwood this Halloween.
The most incredible day out you can have in Doncaster. I'll be back.
Welcome to Radio Free Endor. We are live at UltraCon in Doncaster. I'm Jamie, and with me is Paul.
I'm here, yes.
Yeah, we're here, we're both together, and it's absolutely packed. Now, here at UltraCon, there's lots and lots of cars, lots of people, lots of stuff, mostly Star Wars. Now, where we're standing, we're actually looking at what looks like a Tatooine village, doesn't it?
That's correct, yes.
And they're just about to get ready to take some photos of, I think some cosplayers are going to get in and take some, so we'll probably have a wander down, take some photos ourselves. But we've had a look round at the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. They're built,
it's amazing,
a full-size cockpit that you can get tickets to go in, and they've got a ramp. There's no option though, is there, Paul, to break your legs on this?
No, right? There's no lawsuits.
No lawsuits by Disney. In fact, I've not seen Disney anywhere. I've seen no Mickey Mouse here, so we're quite cool on that. And when you pay your money, you get a photo, and there's actually a guy dressed up as Han Solo inside, isn't it, Paul? Is this a Han Solo? You're in my Falcon, get out! And you got a Chewbacca as well. Yeah. Did you also see that other cosplayer, Chewbacca, another Wookiee, but he's massive, isn't it?
Yeah, massive, absolutely massive.
A lot of Star Wars cosplayers here.
And it's really getting busy really early here as well. I was quite lucky to get a media pass from Jamie himself, so
so we thank UltraCon for that. There was a nice lad called Kyle who gave me on, so and I said, I'll mention you in the podcast. He was like, great. So there you go, Kyle. Thank you very much. You can get T-shirts and said UltraCon memorabilia from the UltraCon shop. I suppose you can still get it online. You know, when this goes live, you'll still be able to buy. It was good to see if I can bag something off them. That'd be nice. We can then raffle it off. At the moment, they've got a stage on with Keith Lemon.
A Keith Lemon lookalike.
Keith Lemon, he always comes around. He also dresses as the Terminator as well, Paul.
Yeah.
But he's really good voice actor. He's a very good voice actor. But he could do with slimming down a bit, I think. I've not seen a fat Keith Lemon in a long time.
No, I don't know. Keith Lemon has put a bit of weight on him, and Schwarzenegger's a bit, he's getting on now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Oh, perhaps he's playing.
That's my excuse anyway. I'm getting on a bit.
Yeah, same here. Look, there's Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, the green goddess type.
Yeah. Ooh, she's got the sword as well, and painted green. Now, I also walking around, I did see the Ghostbusters here, the classic Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Seen them outside,
and they're friends of the show, we know them. And also, there's the reboot Ghostbusters around here coming around. So hopefully there won't be a massive fight happening outside, like classic to reboot. So they're quite good. But even their costumes are really cool. Our friend Chris and Dave, who's made these authentic slime blower plaques from Ghostbusters 2, that was their first time showing them off here tonight, and they're absolutely fantastic. Plus, our friend Paul Clark, he's built really, really fast a reboot Ghostbusters backpack for today's show, for one of the reboot. Looks amazing. And in fact, he's using the same stuff that I've bought myself to build mine, but he's built it really fast. It's only in like a week. Mine will take at least 4 years.
takes about a week to get into your garage.
It is at the moment. I've been talking to them. It is at the moment the garage of unfinished project dreams. That's what it should be classed as. But I think I've just spotted the Hulkbuster suit over there. Hulkbuster, yeah.
There's an awful lot of cosplay here today, and it's my first time at an UltraCon or any kind of convention for that kind of matter. So.
And you've already had your super fan come up and have a photo. Yeah. Vicky's come over to you and had a photo taken. You're giving her an autograph later, in Yeah. Well, I did hear you were going to give her something, so I take it it's going to be an autograph. I'll just talk to her husband while you give her one. The autograph, that is. She'll be quite pleased as punch for that. Yeah. So hi to Grant as well. He does a lot of good artwork. So if you need some artwork done, he's your man. Right here we've got standing right next to us. You've got the Planet of the Apes. Yeah. They are really cool. Might grab a photo off them actually.
Some of these costumes must be really hot when they're like. Because I think they've sold out of tickets. We can't actually get a ticket now to get into the
cruise. We ourselves here at Radio Free Endor, we have to wait to the end of the day to see if we get our photo.
Not even a media pass can help you.
No, I know. But there's a couple of stars here as well, isn't there, Paul?
Yeah.
From The Force Awakens. Yeah. We're going to try and get in a couple of sound bites if we can, because I've not been over to them yet, see if they're quite eligible for that. If they're going to give it to us, should I say?
Yeah.
A soundbite, that is. But quite loud actually. I'm hoping this is all picking it up.
Trying to shield ourselves from this noise.
But it's absolutely. I love UltraCon. I think for me personally, it's one of the best ones outside of MCM. They've got quite corporate, you could say. When once upon a time they were quite free. I think there's a Dalek just about to pass you, I think. Oh.
Yes, it is a Dalek.
Yes, a Dalek, yeah. I'll just open the door for the Dalek because they can't get up the stairs.
We get the first few.
Yeah.
We actually tried to go into a corner of the room here, trying to get out the noise and the madness of it all.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, it is a Dalek, classic Dalek. Yeah. See, stairs are over there, mate. Yeah. So we'll have to do that.
We were expecting Doctor Who to come through after.
There is some Doctor Who's here, isn't there, Paul?
Yes, there is.
And there's some Cybermen as well. And it's just there's a part of the interior of the TARDIS over there as well.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Can that Dalek see? Yeah, this way. That's unbelievable, isn't it? An absolutely killing machine.
He can either see or his remote control's very good by just flapping his hands.
Yeah, that is.
The bloke was trying to walk him through.
I think he should have those batons you see on the airport when they're directing airplanes. I think that's what he needs to direct it.
What's his character on here? He's just walking by now.
I don't know, he's got a clue. I think that he's some kind of scarecrowish Indiana Jones.
I'm going to say the hat's very Indiana Jones.
Yeah, no, actually, that's a Crocodile Dundee hat. So it could be Crocodile Dundee once he's been had by some...
Once he's been dug back up after he's been dead for 30
years. Got a Michael Myers, classic Michael Myers coming by. This could be like our generation game. Right then, lad, can you remember what cosplays you saw? Oh, yeah, I saw Batman. And who was after that? Funny enough, it was another Batman. Yeah, you're correct. And who was after that? Oh, it was Harley Quinn. And followed by another Harley Quinn.
I filled my card up.
Yeah. Oh, there is a Harley Quinn there as well. There's Snow White. There's a Snow White. That's pretty good.
There's some really great cars here as well. A few of the Batman vehicles. One from the Michael Keaton era, and then
original Batmobile. Well, the original one is the 1966 Batmobile with Adam West, which is here.
I take it the vehicles that you hear are from www.character-cars.com.
Yeah. I think you can rent the cars out for parties and weddings and stuff like that.
We've got the 18 van, you've got
the Batboat, the 1966 Batboat.
See, that's rare. That is quite a rarity, isn't it?
Yeah, have you seen the Bat motorbike with sidecar?
Yeah, that looks really good.
That looks mad.
We've got people also going on to the is it the Land Cruiser? The
Ray's Speeder. Ray's Speeder. Yeah. Now on this one, there's a massive queue for it, but I think it's free to get on that. But you're actually able to sit on it and have your photo taken on it. When we was at Star Wars Celebrations, you weren't allowed to get on it.
No.
well, kids were, but adults not. But they're letting the adults in. But we've noticed this.
They look a little bit unsecure on the old wheels.
Yeah,
so,
but it's proper good, isn't it? Proper good.
It's filling up nicely now. And
He's Boba.
Boba Fett, yeah.
Boba, you made me miss.
I like his LED panel on his chest there.
Oh, he's just smacked into a 5-year-old. Oh, that's what a badass he is. You made me get out of my way. Yeah, he was at the Wampus Arms, wasn't it?
He was,
yeah. He was playing that blaster darts, wasn't he, Paul? Yeah, and he missed. We made him miss.
Yeah.
Good job he didn't chase us down, that's for sure. Yeah. Looks like there's a lot going on in here, you know, and the Tatooine.
We've got quite a bit of interest in there, haven't we?
Yeah. So let's just have a walk over.
We'll have a walk through.
We'll have a look.
Yeah.
Now,
to bear with us for the audio quality, just in case.
I wonder if it's going to be.
I'll try my best.
Yeah, the
camera.
Yeah, he's got a right good setup with that, isn't he?
Yeah. Darth Maul wandering around, talking to one of the Planet of the Apes characters.
Planet of the Apes, yeah. Let's grab a full.
It's a bit of a mashup, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Look at that. Good. Yeah. Funny enough, this Tatooine landscape they've done, this little vidget, they've got sand on the floor.
Yeah, and it's nice and soft, I must admit.
It is really nice and soft, too bad. And the scenery is ace, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been made up and stuff, and it's just like a styrofoam type material, and it looks really well.
Yeah. Let's do a bit. We're just doing a selfie, me and Paul, in the.
While we're actually recording this.
Yeah, there we go. In fact, I might just do a bit of periscoping, Paul.
Periscope?
Let's see if we go on Periscope. For all our Periscope fans that we never ever go on Periscope with. Right, seriously. There we go.
Okay. Hello everybody, we're here at Ultracon.
Hello, Ultracon. Radio Free Endor. We are here. This is to prove that we are here. We've got no people watching either.
No, that's fine, but they may watch it back on instant replay and everything.
Yeah, on instant replay, yeah. Now, if I just put it round... Right, I'll just put it round. Let's go. Right, look at that. This is what we're looking at. Look at that. It's the first time you'll ever see Planet of the Apes in Tatooine. And then, look, you can just see the Falcon over there. Yeah. Well, not probably. It doesn't probably look like there's loads more that way. But
let's wander on outside again, and we'll to the side here, and we'll have a quick wander and see what's what.
Yeah.
We're just walking past the Batman vehicles.
Vehicles, yeah.
Just periscoping out there just to show people what we're kind of looking at.
Yeah. You can. The Falcon is absolutely massive. You can see it over there, can't you, Paul? It's absolutely massive.
It
is. Richie Richards has said, what event is it? It's Ultracon.
26,
Ultracon at Doncaster. It's absolutely brilliant. I think it's sold out as well.
The queue outside was actually probably a mile long to get in this place.
Was it?
It was ridiculous. And we're recording this podcast as well at the same time as periscoping, so multitasking or trying to.
Multitasking, that's what we do all the time.
This proton pack looks really good.
It is. It's a great proton pack, that is. Absolutely great.
Yeah.
Classic Dalek.
All these signatures.
They're doctors.
Ian McNeela.
Yeah. Is that Paul McCann? Yeah.
Peter Roy.
Yeah. It's either that or they've been graffitiing over it. We've got another friend of ours, Tony, here. We're recording live. Tony. Say hello, Tony.
Hello, Tony.
Seen your missus walking around.
Have you?
Yeah. It's absolutely packed here like that.
It is, really busy.
And every time, the thing is, Tony, you know, every time we've been round these conventions, it's usually packed round there, isn't it?
That's the main part.
Yeah.
You can't move.
It's absolutely massive, isn't it? It's, you know, what? It's got to be 100 deep.
Let's see if I can. Don't forget to follow us on Radio Free Endor.
Yeah.
That's what you need that man's selfie stick. That's what it is.
You need that man's selfie stick, that's right.
Steady cams.
Yeah. Even though we've got media badges, we're not allowed on near the front. Oh yeah, well just quickly, I'll just not put it through. That's how it is when you're getting a photo taken. It's you pay some money, you get your photo taken inside the fountain.
That's completely sold out, yes.
Yes, sold out. It's like Battlefront on stage. Is there any campers there going to shoot?
I don't know.
See if we can just work our way over there, Paul.
Have a go, yep. Just moving our way through the massive crowd.
Hi. Can't see it on the screens, isn't it? A lot of stormtroopers here in the pole.
There is an awful lot of, they were kind of guarding the lines outside, weren't they?
Yeah. As you can see, well, I'll try and line this up with the on the YouTube channel with this with what I'm recording here. So because I think it saves into memory. I'm not too sure. I'll have to have a look. I'm not too keen. I'm not too clued up on Periscope. But
should we go back through this way, past the actors?
Hold on a second. I think this is about to. It really is a bit of a showcase of cosplayers on this. But it's going to be repeated, this is, Paul, a bit later on in the day. Yeah. So what we'll try and do is we'll try and go back over to it and get a good spot to view it.
Yeah.
Okay, right. We'll back over there. So we'll have
we'll go through to where the actors are from the
show, okay, we'll just have a look over there. Right. We've got here, Paul, the Game of Thrones throne.
Yeah.
Watch out, Paul.
The stormtroopers have seen some action.
Yeah. Watch out, do they know we're living in their attack? The my victors.
He's got a decent one, this one.
Yeah, look at that.
Like a bazooka.
Which are all on the UK garrison.
We're bumping into people now. They have a lot of traders here as well today.
Ourselves.
Yeah.
Not a little cool cases here.
So we're going now towards where some of the actors are from Force Awakens.
From the Force Awakens.
We have Nathalie Cuzner, who plays PZ-4CO. Brian Vernel, who plays Bala Tik. And Stephenie Silva, who plays ME8-D9. And Kiran Shah, who plays Teedo.
Kiran, we'll try and get some sound bites from them when they're free. Bala Tik, Brian. That's okay. That's all right. Not to be. It doesn't seem a bit busy. It's not busy.
No.
Oh, Ghostbusters. Look on the screen up there. The reboot Ghostbusters are going to have a fight. Kiran
Shah, yeah.
He was in. Green's from Canada. Hello, from Canada. Welcome to Radio Free Endor. We're all about. Remember, you can catch us all on the SMG network podcast. Yeah, look out for us. Subscribe and like. We like that. Subscribe and like.
We do.
Yeah. Now you've got all your traders here. There's a lot of good stuff here, and it's all reasonably priced stuff. We like reasonably priced, don't we, Paul?
We do. Yes.
We like reasonably priced.
Times are hard.
Times are hard. Oh look. There's a monitor there as well. That's quite well. The last couple of years, there's no monitors, so you missed it. We've had a couple of hours walking around.
Yeah.
We finally got into the Falcon to have our photos taken inside it, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yes.
And that was well built, isn't it?
Yes,
inside the cockpit.
It's warm in there, a bit toasty, definitely.
It's great. It had a vibration. It was like it was driving. Now we took my son Nicholas into it. What did you think, Nicholas?
Awesome. It was absolutely awesome. It was vibrant enough in it. And I got a feel felt ears.
Yeah, and you broke it, didn't you?
By accident.
Yeah, you broke a bit of the scene. He was like, "Yeah, I'm going to pull these knobs," and it just came flying off. And you see the guy's face. He just looked at us and went, and we went, "Sorry, mate.
Time to go."
Sorry, mate. Yeah. But that was well nicely built, isn't it?
Yeah,
well nice
very clever.
Yeah.
It's a feeling when you're walking on it, like it's actually not on the ground. It's like a vibration going through the whole chassis.
I tell you what, when I was walking up and seeing that, I was like, I want this in my life. I need this in my life.
The dark over that's been chasing me.
No, it hasn't been chasing me. It's just been looking for money.
It has been chasing me.
Has it?
Yeah.
Daleks. This one's a remote control Dalek. but there is actually somebody walking around in one, isn't there? Now, we've also bought some raffle tickets. Hopefully, it was to win a signed picture by Mark Hamill or a Rogue One one with Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
But we already have that.
No, we've bought raffle tickets for both. I'd like to say I'll donate them to a winner of a podcast, but I'm not. I'm going to keep them. I will be keeping these. It all seems to be quieted down.
Yes, it does.
The traders have done really well.
Now, quickly, we have here a Star Wars The Force Awakens question and answer, so we'll just have a quick listen to that, then we'll get right back into Ultracon.
Round of applause for Kiran, please. Next up we have Brian Vernel, who played Bala Tik. Round of applause for Brian, please. Next up we have Stephenie Silva, who played ME8-D9. Round of applause for Stephenie, please. And last but definitely not least, we have Nat Cuzner, who played PZ4CO. Round of applause for Nat, please. You can sit wherever you want, Nat. Hi guys, thanks for coming along. Really appreciate it. Having a good day so far? Got to meet lots of fans? Brilliant, fantastic. We've only got one mic between the four of you, so we'll pass it backwards and forwards, having a bit of fun. Natalie's trying to give it away straight away.
Okay.
Hi Kiran, you're up first. So we know that you played Teedo in The Force Awakens. Fantastic little character. How did you actually get approached to appear in The Force Awakens?
Well, what happened was I was working on The Hobbit in New Zealand, and I was just finishing, and I came back to London and found out that Neil Scandler was going to do the creatures. So I rang him up, and he rang me back within seconds and went, "Right, Kiran, so you're not going anywhere now, not traveling any further than London now. You're going to be in London for next few years now? Yes. You want in? Yes. And that's how I go into number 7.
That's fantastic. It's great that The Force Awakens has been filmed in the UK, because the prequels were filmed overseas, because it means there's a lot of UK actors actually going to be in the next few films, so we have lots of panels like this. It's really good to see you guys. One of the normal questions we ask the older generation is, did you know Star Wars was going to be so big? We all knew The Force Awakens was going to be massive no matter what happened. How did it feel to be involved in such a massive project?
I mean, I have been very, very lucky in my life that I've done a lot of big, big things. And to come back and go back into the Star Wars was one of the best things I think that has happened for everyone in UK. I think without Star Wars, not being here, the industry would have gone dead a little bit. But Star Wars has taken over Panda Studios, Sepperton, and it's keeping a lot of people busy. So in that sense, that our industry, especially the film industry, has gone really high up because of the Star Wars.
Have you got any roles in any future films?
Like everyone else, you guys have to find out, look at the credit in the movie and find out whether I'm in it or not.
Thank you very much. Brian. Hi. I'm going to ask you straight out, can you say the line for me? Which one?
Tell that to Country Club.
Round of applause for Brian, please, because that was absolutely fantastic. That was quite an iconic scene in sort of Star Wars. It shows Han Solo and what he'd been up to in the last few years. What was it like to actually work on set with Harrison Ford?
Yeah, it was great. He's a really nice guy and full of energy. Even though he'd just broken his leg, he was still throwing stuntmen about, and diving about set and stuff like that. Yeah, he was really cool, and I learned a lot from him. Yeah.
So he was actually on a broken leg as he was filming that scene with you?
No, well, he broke it like 3 weeks or something before we shot it, and then it got pushed back, and then he was up on his feet again. He's a soldier, man.
So did the scene change any because of the broken leg? Did he have to be static or anything?
Nah, he was still just going for it. Yeah.
Your character, Bala Tik, absolutely fantastic, Guavian Death Squad negotiator. How much do you know about the background of your character?
How much did I know, or how much?
How much did you know? How much do you know?
Nothing when you go in for it. When I went in for it, it was like a fake scene that they'd written up, so I didn't really know anything about. They just told me he was the leader of a gang. And then, yeah, of course, when they told me a bit more about it, I did a bit of research, and it was cool to work with the guys from the raid and stuff like that. Yeah, so, yeah.
So how did you end up getting the Star Wars job?
Just through an audition. The casting director had known me before and cast me in another thing before. And then I just went in a couple of times, and I don't know if they liked the Scottish accent or anything like that, but yeah, that's what happened really. Yeah.
The Scottish accent is fantastic, it really stands out. Who was the other guy with the strong Scottish accent?
Eamon Elliott.
Is that the X-Wing pilot?
Yeah, his name's Eamon. Yeah. There was a few Scots in it, yeah.
The accent stands out. It's good. Yeah, it's not the First Order taking over the galaxy, it's the Scots. Have you got any projects in the pipeline?
Yeah, I just filmed the new Christopher Nolan film, Dunkirk, and I just filmed Papillon, which is like a remake of like a 70s film, and they are both out next year.
That's fantastic, Brian. Nice to hear you're really busy. Yeah. Brilliant. Stephenie. Now, you told me to ask easy questions, is that right? I'm not sure if anybody's been able to meet Stephenie today, and they're aware of Stephenie's character in Star Wars, ME8-D9. And we were just discussing earlier on how ME8-D9 looks a lot like Maria from Metropolis. I don't know if you're aware of the Metropolis movie. And how the original Macquarie drawings were based, for C-3PO, were based on Maria from Metropolis. Just saying how it's a nice circle, gone full circle. I guess what I'm going to ask you from that is, you were in that costume all day. Were you chosen to cast just because you were the right size and shape to fit in the costume?
Yeah, I think so. I was thinking that for a few castings and for a few fittings, so that's how I got it. And then I have a background in ballet. I was in the Swedish Ballet Academy, so I think that training quite helped me as well. The guys I worked with were amazing. They made me feel as comfortable as I could. They were with me the whole time. Yeah, it was a really good time.
What was it like to be in Maz's castle? Because it's often been seen that's like the cantina scene of the new movie. Was it an interesting set?
It was a very interesting set. Like, everywhere you looked, it was just something amazing to look at. People were amazing. All the creatures, super cool. Yeah, it was an honor being there.
Fantastic. Have you got any plans to reprise your role?
I am working on a few bits, but unfortunately, there's nothing I can talk about now. So, yeah.
Isn't that nice? 2 out of 3 of the panel have said that they're working on projects that they're not allowed to tell us about.
Sorry.
No, I think it's absolutely fantastic. You know, watch you guys for the future. How did you actually get the part then in Star Wars?
You happen a bit. It was a fluke. So I've done quite a bit of TV work before, and yeah, as I said, I was in and out for a few fittings and castings, and it just worked out very well for me. Yeah.
So you enjoy it?
I love it. Yeah, definitely.
Ah, so absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Nathalie. Hello. Interesting fact about Nat's character. It's one of the few droids that is actually name checked in Star Wars. I'm not sure if you're aware, but as Poe and Finn are entering Resistance Base and are walking down the stairs, it actually shouts out in the tonneau, PZ4CO, report to communications. There you go, name check.
Thank you.
You haven't just been in Star Wars, have you? Tell us what else you've been in recently, Nat.
Well, it all started with Doctor Who. I've got Doctor Who to thank for it. I started in Series 1, and I'm kind of the lead female creature in all the Doctor Who stuff, so anytime you see a weird-looking, ugly, scary monster, it's probably me. So it's been lovely, it's been great. And still working on Doctor Who now. And as well as the live shows, Royal Albert Hall and Symphonic Spectacular Tour,
So when you say every ugly character, do you want to tell us some of the characters you actually played in Doctor Who?
So I started out with one of the Master Capnuns, and I've also done Rorybot, Hanbot, Future Cannibal, Mrs. Rossiter Pegdoll, and the Silurians.
How much do you know about your character in Star Wars? Do you know anything about the background of your character in Star Wars?
I've read a little bit about it since. I believe she was in one of the original books. I don't know if I'm correct there at all. I'm sure some of you know a lot more than I do. But Resistance Protocol Droid, I guess she's kind of General Organa's PA, is how she was described to me. So I was very fond of her, that's all I was. She was friendly and she did her job well. She was a dutiful droid.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you a professional dancer?
I started out with dancing, so I started training when I was 6 or 7 in ballet and other classical dance, and my dream was to be on the stage wearing a tutu, and I've ended up being on the stage wearing a droid suit, so it's kind of gone off on a tangent I wasn't expecting, but I have no complaints. I think what I get to wear is a lot more fun, and I get to meet some lovely people.
Thank you. I think I'm going to walk into the audience now. Is there anybody in the audience who has any questions for our panel? See any hands? Come on, there must be some burning questions out there. We've got hands. Come on here, fella.
Have you got any tips about like just becoming an actor?
So have you got any tips about becoming an actor? Throw to Brian.
Yeah. There's loads of routes to become an actor. I went to a drama college or drama school, and there's a few of them around the country, and you can apply when you're like 18 years old or something like that. And that's like a basis in theatre training, and they teach you how to act for camera and stuff like that. But also, because of the way things are now, if you get really good at making your own films and stuff like that, going through that route, you need to think about if you enjoy being on stage or if you enjoy working with cameras or films and TV. But yeah, and you have to work hard, and yeah, I'm sure you can do it. Got a good look, man.
Go for it, basically. Do you have any other questions? Kylo Ren here.
Being an impressionist, is there any roles or anything in the next Star Wars films that might need a voice providing for? Or I can do Chewbacca.
Good. That's brilliant.
I'm kind of working on a bit of a Kylo Ren one, but
show me the power of the darkness, and I will let nothing stand our way. Show me, grandfather.
So guys, this guy's a bit of an impressionist. Do you think there's any openings? Can you do, Brian, can you do Bala Tik? I've been asked, Nat asked me to ask you if you can do an impression of Bala Tik.
Tell that to Kanji. No, I'm sorry.
That was pretty good. We should do a call and response, right? I'll say it first, and then you say it. Right? Tell that to Kanja Club.
Tell that to Kanja Club.
It's pretty good, yeah. What? More lines. What did I say? What? Oh, Han Solo, you're a dead man.
Han Solo, you're a dead man.
That's really good. Spot on, man.
So, are there any openings in movies for a talented voice actor like this?
Yeah, you can play me if you want.
So in future films you're going to play a young Bala Tik. Mind you, not much younger than Brian, are you?
Yeah, don't steal all my work though. Just take it easy, okay?
Thank you very much. Do we have any more questions? Let's see some hands. Oh, we got a fella here. Come forward, young chap.
Yeah, I was just wondering, who is your favourite character in Star Wars, each of you?
Shall I go first? Probably Han Solo, if I'm being honest, yeah.
Teedo.
No, that's mean. My favorite would be, I think, the android, R2-D2. Simple, no dialogue, just talking about turning that. Easy.
Steph?
Well, except Emmy, I'd say Chewbacca.
Chewbacca. Fantastic. You, Nat?
I'd have to say C-3PO now, because I've met Anthony Daniels a lot. Not that I knew it to start with, because I still had my head on. So this chap started talking to me about the walk I was doing in rehearsal. And I couldn't see who it was, because he didn't have much vision in the suit. And he spent a lot of time with me working on my walk, and being very helpful. And it was only later on that I realised that it was Anthony Daniels. He was such a charming man and fantastic to work with, and we used to eat a lot of cake together. So I kind of like C-3PO because of who I know is inside. Does that count? That counts. That's all right, C-3PO.
Bit of a mentor, bit of a role model. Thank you very much. Do we have any more questions? Way over there. Come on forward. It's hard to see with the lights.
How long were you all on set for?
How long were you on set for?
Hours and hours and hours. As in number of days? Or how long was one day? One day. About 13, 14 hours.
So, was that a case of getting in the costume, getting out of the costume?
Yeah, they're just generally long, really long days on set. It's even longer for the crew. We kind of have it easy. The crew are there for maybe 15, 16 hours a day.
How many days did you actually do?
I honestly can't. How many days did you do? 15 or 16 or... I don't know, actually.
Yeah, like 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, something like that.
I think on the number 7 I did about 10, 15 weeks, working long hours.
You filmed on location, Kiran. Did you film on location?
Yeah, I was in Abu Dhabi for about 4 or 5 weeks. Did my Teedo in the 50 degrees in Abu Dhabi. Very hot. We survived. And I was the lucky one. There were other people who were working in the beast, the lager beast and the big beast. They were heavy and hot, and nobody fainted. So I'm really happy that those people really worked hard, the Cuzner people.
Did you film any scenes that weren't included in the final film?
Not me personally.
So when we saw the screening of the film, it got to the end of the film and I had a little... So my main scene was cut. I won't tell you what it is because it may end up on a DVD or Blu-ray, so I won't ruin it. But yeah, I had a beautiful scene and it wasn't seen.
How many of you have got your action figure? I know that you've got yours.
My mum bought me mine, yeah.
So you've got yours. Has your character been made into an action figure yet?
My wobblehead?
Has your character been made into an action figure yet?
Not yet.
I think it's due, definitely.
Yeah.
Is Bala Tik a figure yet?
I don't think there is one. Is there?
I'm not sure. Has Bala Tik been made into an action figure? Does anybody know?
There's a Lego thing.
You've been immortalised in Lego. How does that feel?
To be immortalised in Lego? Yeah, cool, yeah.
I can see you're bricked up about that.
Yeah.
Well and truly.
Yeah, it's cool.
Do we have any more questions from the audience? Is that Ray? Come on, Ray. Oh, we got 2 Rays. Let's have little Ray first, and then we'll have a slightly larger Ray.
Which Star Wars film which Star Wars films did you play?
Which Star Wars film or which Star Wars character? Which Star Wars film were you in?
Well, originally, I was in number 6, I think. Return of the Jedi. Was that number 6?
You played an Ewok in Return of the Jedi, that's right.
So I done that, and then I get a call to do number 7. Force Awakens.
So you've been in 6 and 7?
6 and 7.
Just the Force Awakens.
Just 7?
Yep.
7, Force Awakens.
Exactly the same, number 7, Force Awakens.
Kiran's winning with a 6 and a 7. Let's speak to the other Ray. Thank you.
If you weren't the characters you were in Star Wars, what other characters would you rather have been?
So if you weren't your own character, who else would you like to be?
Steph's.
Chewbacca, but I don't think I'm tall enough.
Kylo Ren, he's the best.
Can you do Kylo Ren's voice?
What?
Can you do Kylo Ren's voice?
Nah, not as good as what that guy did.
He was good.
I think I would do 3CPO if I was tall enough.
Gone from Martin to C3PO. Right, thank you very much for your involvement, everybody. Can we have a round of applause for the Force Awakens actors, please?
Hi, my name is Kiran Shah, and you're listening to Radio Free Endor. Welcome.
Yeah, just got an autograph from Kiran, and he's also given us a little bit of soundbite. Real nice fella.
Yeah, it's great, lad. Great chat.
He's even asked us about our podcast, so that's even better, isn't it? Brilliant. That's quite good.
Thank you, Kiran.
Sorted. Thank you very much. Right. Let's go back over.
Onwards and upwards then.
Well, we've just had a photo taken with Kylo Ren, Chewbacca, a tall Chewbacca, a short Chewbacca, some stormtroopers. Well, been round, had no end of photos taken with Paul.
Yeah, it's been a busy day.
It has been a right busy day. We've even had a photo taken with, let's see now, Kylo Ren, Big Chewie, Small Chewie, Han Solo, Stormtroopers, Ghostbusters. I think I've got Ghostbusters.
I'm not sure.
Just the debate. Absolutely everyone. And there's even a massive AT-AT here that's falling in the snow, isn't it? And some new the First Order troopers as well.
Yeah.
I love their suits. That's what I want to just lose some more pounds and be able to fit into one of their suits. The cockpit experience in the cruiser, the Millennium Falcon, that is unbelievably fantastic build.
Yeah, the vibration stuff in there is really good. Yeah.
So what do you reckon to it then, Paul?
Yeah,
for your first
right.
convention, Paul,
Yeah, it was good. It was all right. Not bad at all. There's some bit strange bits to it, but yeah, it's out of my comfort zone, shall we say?
Yeah. You see that the guy with the wheelchair, Paul, that had the zombie slaying wheelchair, had like a scoop on the front and guns.
Yes.
Yeah, that were really good. Wasn't it?
I wondered how many times he's had them guns knocked off the front of his wheelchair while he's been going through all these crowds.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dying off a bit now. It's going to be quick. It's more or less. It's around 3:15 now in the afternoon, I think.
And still a massive crowd watching the main stage.
Yeah.
So it's still going on, and
because at the moment, if you can probably listeners can hear, is Star Wars. They're just reenacting the First Order and the Normal Stormtroopers are reenacting some like a battle on stage. Hopefully, they're going to be releasing this on YouTube, so we'll try and post as much as we can. But the final thoughts of Ultracon, it's been absolutely fantastic for me.
Yeah, it's been a good day out.
My wife sold out of all her cupcakes, so it's been absolutely fantastic for her.
My wife spent a little bit of money, so
got an autograph. Bits and bobs,
So it's been good. It's all been good.
Good. Right, so that just leaves us then, Paul, to say goodbye, really, from Ultracon, really, isn't it?
Thanks very much for joining us and having a listen, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Watch us on YouTube.
Bit of periscoping as well.
Periscope, So
and you can reach me at Jamie_R_Burns.
You can reach me at Cuttenrun22 on Twitter. So it's thanks very much for listening, and it's goodbye from me.
And happy Halloween. Goodbye from me too. Happy Halloween. Hopefully we get this out for Halloween. After all the ghost stories as well. It's going to be a bit.
Okay.
Right.
So we'll see you soon.
Bye.
It's not quite the end. I'm back. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to Ultracon for giving me and Paul the media passes and making our day absolutely fantastic. And we cannot wait for Ultracon 17. Everyone, have a good time, and we will see you soon.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Ultracon, if you only knew the power of the dark side. I find your lack of faith disturbing. Don't make me destroy you, Ultracon. Very well. Until next time we meet.